My name is Adriaan. I'm a University of Pretoria alum. I did honors thesis under Dr. Kikianti, simply because it's the closest university to where I grew up. And then why mathematics? In matric, I had three ideas of what I could study. Music was one of the ideas, engineering and math. So I was good at music and math coming out of high school, and I knew I enjoyed the subjects. Um, uh, and so engineering and math, obviously because I'm good at math, and then music because I was good at music. I ultimately decided to go the math route. I still love music, I still play music, but I feel like math came a bit easier to me than music. Um, and I ultimately decided to math above engineering because I wanted to, engineering was on my list because of the math. And after speaking to a few engineering people, I decided that they weren't doing enough maths for my taste. I wanted to do only maths. So yeah, that's why I ended up studying math. And I really haven't looked back. It's been fun and it's still fun. So I enjoyed UP a lot. I think it was good for me. Um, so math is quite a hard subject. Even if you're relatively good to it, it could be painful at sometimes. Um, and if you need some people around you that you can talk to and share with your pain or your struggles and help you when you get stuck. Math is not a solo sport. Math is a social game. So I had a very intimate cohort of people around me, and also the faculty was very easy to talk to. Like the math department serves a lot of departments at the university, but the people who study math is actually quite a small group. Um, um, and that means you tend to get a lot of individual attention if you go off, if you put in the extra mile. Um, so there's a lot of opportunities for people to put in the extra mile, which I stumbled into by just asking questions in class and being engaged in the material. Uh, with Dr. Kikianti, I had the opportunity in my second year to do a reading course and present some chapters out of a number theory book, which number theory is not even offered in the university, but I still had the opportunity to do this with her. It's not her specialty, but she was down to help me through it. And this reading course turned into an undergraduate seminar series, which I think is still running today. Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. I had the opportunity to go to Bonn for a month due to various connections at the university, which was also a lot of fun. Yeah, so if you're engaged, this is a very nice place. And some larger universities, you tend to, well, not that University of Pretoria is not a large university, but now in my experience in the US, kids seem to, it's very easy to get lost in the numbers. And I felt like an individual, not just a number at the University of Pretoria, at least in the math department. Well, I did the orchestra. I enjoyed the orchestra a lot. That's also a fun crowd to get along with. It's a whole different community than the math community. Even though there are quite a few mathematicians that do play musical instruments, so you see them around. There was the Olympiad Club that we did. That was also quite fun. Like Olympiads, I was never super strong at Olympiads, and Olympiads have this. It's another type of math than classroom math. You need to know the toolbox, but I still enjoyed it. I learned a few things, and I had fun. And then the CS department also has a few Olympiads, and I suggest doing it just for the free pizza. We never did well, but there's free pizza and it's a fun day. It's a fun Saturday. where you get to code some weird algorithms.
What about your experience doing the International Day of Mathematics?
Oh yeah, we ran the first one. We ran the first
We ran the
international.
first one.
Um, it has the feel of a little festival that you're organizing. It's quite fun, baking cookies. Everybody has their little task that they help with. Me and Dr. Mick did what's known as the Clercq needle problem. We had this experiment where we throw a bunch of needles in the air, have people throw a bunch of needles in the air, and then do some calculations, and then pi pops out. That was quite fun. People enjoyed this. So we had a small lecture explaining why pi pops out. And that was the first international matter. Okay, and then the next year COVID hit, so that was online. Also fun. We helped organize this. Currently in the orientation week of the PhD program at UChicago. So I'm starting out my PhD, still getting a feel around. I did my master's in Minnesota, and now here in Chicago, I'm doing my PhD. I have to come back to South Africa because of my obligations to Fulbright, and then I hope to be a professor. I like the academic life. I like doing math, and I'm going to take it as far as my road goes. Have fun. Do more than you think you're capable of. Stretch yourself a bit. The degree is quite free. You can choose a lot of weird extra subjects to count for your credit, and make use of this. Don't overbear yourself, but you're capable of more than you think you are. So I would say take on a little bit extra.